I was actually hoping that you were going to show up today. I have something that I made today that I was inspired by you and I figured you would appreciate more than
Yay!
most.
Yay!
Here is a crafting recipe. I want you to take that recipe and put it in the table, see what you get. I will do it too to show people potentially watching. There we go.
I already forgot. Okay.
Okay, so the thing you're gonna get, well, it'll be a knowledge book. Again, you just pick up the knowledge book, it'll give you a thing. It's a creature net. Okay, hold up for just 1 second. The things that Raven and I are holding look like fireworks because, well, they are. But since recording this, I have added support for changing the textures of these items. I'll explain more later, back to the video. You can catch creatures. Place it on the ground beneath the creature and you can catch it.
Oh!
Yes, and then when you place it down, it gives you back the empty net. Here, I will go ahead and show that off in survival mode as well. So here, look, there's a frog. I can go up to him, capture him. Now I have this captured entity, I can place it back down. Another thing about this that's really cool is that it actually saves entity data. So if I do data, merge entity, this guy.
As he's running away.
I already got his UID, it's okay. That should be good. Okay, there he is. Now look at him, and he's even got a custom name, right?
Frog.
So if I go back to survival mode, if I catch him, so now here is the spawn egg. You can have it. It will say his name, and when you place it back down, it'll be the same.
Yay!
So it can preserve like any NBT data about these entities, right? Which was the part that was like I wasn't initially sure if I was going to be able to do, but I learned something new about the /data command today, which was amazing. So now you can pick up pets. I saw your video today about wanting to transport the frogs and the pigs home, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I can just store all the data from the frog inside an item, just take it with you.
Does it work on villagers?
Yes. One small side note about villagers. While you can catch them just like any other mob, every time you pick one up, it will actually log that villager's death in the server logs. This was a bug that I was able to avoid for things like named entities and pets, but I wasn't able to get around it with villagers. Theoretically, it can work on any mob. For my viewers, by the way, for anyone wanting to use this data pack, there's an item tag that you can edit that you can include which entities it will work on, right? So currently I don't include things like Elder Guardians, I don't include the Wither, I don't include Iron Golems, but if you just open up the data pack... You could, yeah. So basically I configured it to where the data pack will accept, like if you open that up and include the Wither in that item tag, or in that entity tag, sorry, execute if entity. This entity tag right here, it's called nets::catchable. If you go into the data pack and edit that, you will be able to say like what you were able to capture with these things. Currently, it also does support capturing hostile mobs, but there's a condition. You cannot capture a hostile mob that is currently targeting you.
Okay.
So in order to capture, like if you wanted to capture a creeper, it's hard. You'd have to sneak up on it, or you'd have to turn yourself invisible, or like you'd have to get somebody else to distract it before you can catch it. Just as long as it is not targeting you, you will be able to catch it. The other thing is like they're not stackable because the data they save is so specific that like your odds of getting 2 spawn eggs that have exactly the same entity in them are so low that it's basically like nothing can ever stack with anything else, right?
Right. Right.
But you could have a shulker box full of like snowmen or something. Right. That's amazing.
Frog.
In creative mode, obviously, if you place one down, it doesn't use up the spawn egg, so you can start duplicating entities that way. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's about it. I spent all day on that, so I felt like it was going to be a lot more, but that's about the gist of it.
No, that's super awesome though, because especially like the guys you can't tame, like frogs, for instance, you can't tame them, and axolotls, you can't tame them. Axolotls you can scoop in a bucket.
Right.
Which is great, but what if you don't have a bucket? It'd just be super great for pandas, because pandas cannot go on leads. Panda, hi, come here.
Can you catch it?
No. Oh, nope.
You got him.
Nope, I got it.
You got him. Cool.
Yes, nice. That will be great. Because polar bears you can put on a lead, but pandas you cannot.
Really? I did not know that. That's interesting.
Yep, they'll go in boats, but they will not go on leads. So they are a pain in the butt to move. And of course, they're only going to spawn in very few. Hi, Moonshine.
Moonshine, hello. And then Moonshine and I proceeded to do something super cool and fun. That video is coming, don't worry. But in the meantime, I'd like to talk a little bit more about that resource pack I mentioned earlier. I have made a big resource pack, which encompasses all of the custom textures I've made for my various data packs. So far, there are only 3 of them: the magic mirror, the creature net from this video, and the health bar textures from that data pack I made a few months ago. Now, I am definitely no artist, and while I do actually like these textures quite a bit, I understand that they are probably not fully up to the artistic standard of the pack. Oh my god. I understand that they are most likely not fully up to the artistic standard of the packs that you people normally use, or, you know, the vanilla textures for that matter. So my goal with this resource pack is to allow people to download it and then change the actual textures at will. The resource pack itself is simply meant to provide the folder structure for anyone who doesn't know how or doesn't feel like building their own pack. So yeah, feel free to take this and edit it however you like. The resource pack can be downloaded down below, and if I ever update it, as in adding more custom textures for more things I make in the future, I will be changing the resource pack that's downloadable. So if for some reason you're using this pack and you also want to incorporate something I make in the future, just re-download the same pack and it will encompass every data pack I've made in the past. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you later, my dudes.